I stood on the shore of the massive Wörthersee Lake in Austria, shivering in the cold. I was waiting for the race to begin. I was excited, but very nervous. This was the day I had waited for. I was going to participate in the most grueling one-day endurance event that there is in the world. My mind began clouding with self-doubt. I was 58 years old. Was I being foolhardy? Would I be able to complete it? These thoughts and comments of my friends and family who had discouraged me from taking part flashed in my mind. Are you crazy? What if you suffer a heart attack? What if you die? There was a loud boom, and the starting cannon shook me out of my reverie, and I began my swim. My name is Major General Vikram Dev Dogra, and I have successfully completed 2 Ironman triathlons. I'm here to share with you how we can stop time from aging us. People believe that with time, aging is inevitable. But I believe if we have a holistic attitude, considering that our mind and our body are interconnected, it is possible to reverse and slow down aging. The way we think, what we eat, how we exercise, our relationships, and our connection with the world all impact our wellness as well as our aging. People who are around us make us believe that with time we will slip into a zone of infirmity. But I never think about my age. I don't let people tell me what I cannot do. I do what I want to do. And yes, not thinking about age can actually stop you from aging. Ellen Langer, a professor of psychology from Harvard Medical School, conducted an experiment. She proved that given the right circumstances, we can reverse our biological age. In her study, a group of men were sent to a monastery where they spent a week thinking about the past. Another group spent a week where they were in a place where the decor, the music, and the food were of a time when the men were 20 years younger. The idea was to find out if the environment made them feel and act younger. By the end of the study, this group showed marked improvement in health like grip strength, eyesight, memory, dexterity, and even appetite, whilst there was absolutely no change in the control group. Though we cannot redecorate our homes and live 20 years in the past, we can do things to ward off the effects of aging. If we try to stay positive and instead of saying things like, I am too old to be running 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers, we need to say, I am young enough to be running these distances. Try to visualize. Visualize yourself running around the entire 10-kilometer route and mentally experience this run. Visualization can make you believe it's doable. And don't forget, whatever the mind believes, the body delivers. If you can believe that you are stronger, faster, and fitter than what people stereotype you to be, the body actually starts to recalibrate. So never lead your mind astray to think otherwise. A comparison that was carried out between older adults who had exercised most of their life with those who didn't exercise at all revealed that the muscle and strength loss did not occur in those who exercised regularly. Their body fat and their cholesterol levels also did not rise, and their immune systems remained much younger. It's not that the body which influences the mind. It's the mindset about aging that plays a major role in what you achieve. Martina Navratilova was once asked, how do you maintain focus and your physique and a sharp game even when you are 43? And she gave a very, very humble reply. She said, the ball doesn't know how old I am. You need to stop yourself from stopping yourself. Every game in life is actually played on a 6-inch piece of ground. That's the space between your 2 ears. The way we are brought up and the environment that we live in affects the way that we perceive our age. Society has a way of age stereotyping us and putting us into a box that defines how everyone in that box should behave. And that's why the phrase came about, behave your age. These stereotypes play such a powerful role in shaping how we deal with individuals from a group. Not only that, it also affects how these individuals feel about themselves. And these stereotypes typically depict aging as a type of a disease, loneliness, dependency, and poor physical and mental functioning. But I believe we have two ages, chronological age and biological age. Chronological age is the number of years you have been alive. It's taken from your date of birth. However, biological age depends on how old you feel and behave. Biological age is influenced by genetics, but can be dramatically changed by lifestyle, by diet, exercise, sleeping habits, and attitude. And amongst all these, attitude is the most important. Our attitude to continue to behave and enjoy life with the same enthusiasm as when we were young determines the way we age. That's why I believe that you are as old as you feel. Faith, belief, and purpose are forces that are impossible to measure, but never underestimate them. It's all about not giving up things that you love doing just because society tells you that you don't have the physical capacity or it's not considered appropriate at your age to do so. I want to share my own experience with you. When I was 58, I decided to take part in the Ironman, which is the most grueling one-day endurance event in the world. You have to swim 3.8 kilometers in the sea, cycle 180 kilometers, and run a full marathon of 42.2 kilometers, all within 17 hours. Doing this was my dream, but there were so many naysayers around me and experienced negative age stereotyping. Almost everyone I met discouraged me, saying it was a bad idea and that I was too old for something so intense and surely would end up suffering a heart attack. They advised me to let it go. So much so that I began to even doubt my own ability to do so. In order to proceed, therefore, I had to start by convincing myself that I can do the Ironman. I worked to silence the black wolf in my mind and started my training. I trained for 18 long months, during which I had to continually battle the self-doubt that had been created by societal stereotyping. My effort bore fruit. And on 1st of July 2018, I completed Ironman Austria in 14 hours and 21 minutes to become the first serving Indian Army officer and the only general in the world to do so. I was thrilled. And I realized how wrong I had been to let the people around me influence my decision to do the Ironman. Having now tasted success, I was tempted to do another Ironman, and in 2019, now 59 years old, I did Ironman at Hamburg and bettered my own time by 41 minutes. This clinched the belief that age is only a number and that it's our restricted perception of our abilities that prevents us from doing and going beyond our limits. Only if you can dream it, you can achieve it. But more often than not, we end up restraining ourselves and remaining way short of what we are actually capable of doing. Get out of the box is the mantra. I am now 61 and training for my third Ironman, which I hope to participate in the moment this pandemic allows events to be held again. And this time too, I hope to better my time. So don't let time affect your age. We can reduce our biological age by improving our lifestyle and by taking some of the following measures. Remember, It all begins with the mind. Ignore age stereotyping. Don't let people influence your decision or discourage you about what you are capable of achieving. Believe in yourself. Remain committed. Remain consistent and persevere. Retain the zest for life that you had as a child and try to live life with the same enthusiasm and the same excitement. Do everything that your heart desires. Party, travel, dance, run, play, and even flirt. Remember, you are as old as you feel. Exercise regularly. Exercise reverses aging, and high intensity interval training is particularly helpful as it slows aging. During this pandemic, I followed a routine of high intensity interval training, which worked wonders for me, and I even managed to do a plank of an unimaginable 38 minutes. Use weights and resistance training to reverse the decline in your muscle. These can be used by gradually increasing the difficulty. And decline in skeletal muscle strength as a result of aging can actually be reversed. And I mean it can be reversed at any age. However old or however out of shape you may be, you can restore most of the strength you lost by exercise. Sleep well. People who have a purpose in life tend to sleep much better. They have better brain health and they feel happier. The body requires a minimum of 6 hours of sleep, whereas 8 hours is desirable. Meditate. It's the exercise of the mind. Studies show that regular meditators have more gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, which is the executive area of the brain. It's also seen that 50-year-old meditators have much more gray matter or as much gray matter as a 25-year-old, suggesting that meditation can reverse or slow down age-related atrophy of the brain. Maintain good relations. Good social relationships promote physical and mental health and provide a buffer against loneliness. There is also a clear link between nutrition and biological age. It is important to be aware of what a healthy diet is made up of and to understand nutrition labels when purchasing food. Eat more foods with low glycemic index values. Some of these foods include fruits, vegetables, beans, low-fat dairy, and high-fiber bread. Our chronological age increases every year, but don't ever try to change that perception. Instead, work upon and focus on lifestyle that enhances physical as well as mental health. Lifestyle that enhances vitality, our connection with others, and our longevity. As time passes, troubles will come our way. But if we make positive changes in our actions and in our attitude, we can ensure we retain our youthfulness. We can defy aging, break mindsets, and raise the bar to reimagine the limits of what our body and our mind can do. Thank you.